Hi everyone, welcome back to this episodes of the course. I'm excited to see you again, and I'm really looking forward to you guys learning from me. Please do drop in the comment section if there's any suggestions you have or you do have questions. I'll be there to answer them. All right. What is product management? Product management basically explains, or should I say, it's the core of taking a product from an idea, from it being just a solution to a problem in an ideation phase, to it being a tangible item or software or product that people can actually pay for or are willing to actually use. So when you think about product management, think about the entire process of ideating the product to the entire process of selling it. So at the point where you're looking at a problem, the stakeholder calls you and say, "Yeah, there's a problem here. We have a computer now that is not just being that just includes typing. This computer at the end of the day we now have icons, we have pictures, so we need to be able to navigate that entire landscape. We need to be able to do it because what we have initially is just keyboards with Q, W, E, R, T, Y. How do we move to this particular picture? How do we move to another icon on the screen? I mean, I'm just trying to walk you through the process before mouse was invented. So you see a lot of problems. They say, "Oh, we have graphics now. It's no longer command prompt. We don't necessarily always have to write commands. We can now just scroll. We can now just move to wherever we are." I can imagine how hard it was for them then when the idea of mouse has not been conceptualized. I'm guessing they would have to write code um, for the cursor to move to a particular mouse. So you probably, I'm guessing probably there's something like move there to document or move my computer. I mean, that could be a command line thought. I might be wrong, but I'm guessing that that is the approach that was done. And this was probably a pain point for them. I mean, we need a faster way and a more easier way for people that are not too technical to be able to use computer. And that is the point of ideation. There's a problem that needs a solution. Then the product manager is in that sitting where you're discussing it. And oftentimes, as a product manager, you hear a lot of problems. People give you problems, yell problem at you. And when that problem comes in, you need to be able to find a solution to the problem with or without the help of others. So, how the entire process of you finding that solution, making research, and documenting everything that needs to be done for that solution to be built is called product management. So, and it doesn't just stop there. After it has been done, to ensure that the user actually accepts that solution that you are giving as the right solution for the problem in play, and subsequently they are able to bring improvement to that product, and the product you build serves as a foundation for many more solutions to come, then that entire process is what is called product management. And yes, there are some core in the role of a product manager. Basically, the number one is you are the glue. If you ever decide to be a product manager, you are that middleman in the entire hierarchy. So you have the CEO, you will speak with the CEO most likely, especially if you're working in a small startup. You and the CEO will talk almost every now and then. You on the marketing team will talk every now and then. The engineers, trust me, you would have back and forth with them every now and then. You have the designer who would be your closest party because you would have to want to bring some of your ideas to life. And then it is also very important that your role is actually to bring that idea to life. So your role is not just to shout or give us possible solutions. Your role is to bring that idea to life. So at any given point or at any point in the entire process, you should be able to actively convince us who are your stakeholder. It could be designers, it could be developers, it could even be the user. In fact, in most cases, it is the user. Convince us that this particular problem that they've noted can actually be solved with the idea that you're bringing. Then, when that conviction is done, to take that particular idea now from that particular point where it is to something that can be used is actually the core of product manager. So you lead that entire transformation journey. You live that entire transformation journey. And yes, product management involves wearing multiple hats. I remember that one of my first role, I was basically everything. I was the customer support. If any customer is angry and his support people are not able to handle, go and meet Michael. Anything, meet Michael. Michael was the name. Why? Because you are the owner of the product at the end of the day. You are the owner of the product. And what it means is it doesn't necessarily mean that you are the CEO, it doesn't mean that you have stake. But as a product manager, it means that you're responsible for the overall functionality, or should I say overall success of that particular product. Everybody is calling your name, everybody requires clarity from you because you are the one holding the vision for the product. Yes, the high level vision is dropped down from the top management. The CEO drops it down and says, hey, yeah, um, let's talk about this. And after the CEO drops this down, you're expected to take that vision and communicate it across board. In fact, to also remind the CEO oftentimes that this is the vision, this is where we're going, this is roadmap, which you would learn in later videos, and you will also be able to help them gain clarity. So you're able to direct the vision of the company or the entire product itself to a stable place where customers are actually happy at the end of the day. Because I mean that is the core when you think about it. So one of the things that you do as a product manager in its core is that you work on research and documentation. When I say research, let's give an example. You want to build a product that requires your customers to make payment, and you're thinking about it. To collect payments randomly, you need licenses, and that sometimes costs a lot of money. So, how do you do it in such a way that you're able to leverage an existing system and not have to pay for license to take payment because the existing system will be taking payment on your behalf? So, how do you do it? What are they called? As a product manager, you have to research. How do I ensure that the budget of this company is not skyrocketing because of the ideas that I'm bringing? How do I ensure that okay, now when we decide to use a payment gateway, how do I ensure that this payment gateway is actually affordable enough for the budget of the company? How do I ensure that I'm not picking a payment gateway out of bias? How do I ensure that they're actually meeting the need that we have for them? I mean, there's a lot of payment gateway out there, but not all of them actually fit into the work you want them to do. They have restrictions across board. Your work as a product manager is to research these restrictions before it becomes an issue. If you say, oh, okay, we need a payment gateway, and just go there and say, how many payment gateway you are, you look at the price and say, oh, this one is cheap, this is affordable, this is something I can work with, and you just take it without actually considering what do they offer. Does it align with the vision that has been set by the organization? Does it align with the company's mission? Does it align with the features that we are trying to build at the end of the day? Would we be able to, for example, if you're building an escrow system, would we be able to hold money in escrow using these people? I mean, these are questions that you need answers to. And you need to get answers to them before you start designing and developing in most cases. Because if they start developing at the end of the day and while they've built the entire system, we start seeing the problems that we should have seen earlier. The problem will still bounce back to us. That you would have wasted resources, human resources, financial resources, mental resources. You would have lost the trust of your stakeholders, especially the engineering team and designers that will have to redo the work afresh. So research and development is very, very important in the journey that you would be going through. Also, collaboration. From what I've said so far, you would have understood that you cannot do without working with others. It is very, very essential. Product managers work with everybody, engineers, designers, in fact, customers. You think customer support people are trying, be a product manager. You would try. You would speak with customers. Customers would say things to you. Your sales representative would oversell your product, and you would need to calm. You would need to calm the storm when that happens. So yes, you need to be very, very collaborative at any point in time. Also, strategy and execution. As I said, you would need a lot of strategy. You would need to decide a lot of time. There's something called bias, which probably I will talk on in maybe future videos. Bias where you are making a decision because you've done your research, you've checked everything, and everything checks out, and you say, okay, this is the perfect. But the competitor for for this partner that you're about to work with is a friend of the CEO, and the CEO is coming and saying, "No, we have to go with them." But then you've checked their system, and their system is saying, "No, if you use their system, it's going to crumble your product." But the CEO is saying, "No, it's my friend. It would give us anything we want." So how do you balance that particular point? Do you listen to your CEO, or do you go against your CEO who is stylishly telling you that if you don't listen, you'll lose your job? So, I mean, these are biases that requires strategy. And there's a lot of scenarios like that as product managers you would face. And when that happens, you need strategies and better way to actually execute it. And to be honest, this involves a lot. So when you have to have strategy for everything before you start building, when you're building, after you're building, what is the launch strategy? Sorry, when you're done launching, um, what is the go-to-market strategy? How do we go to the market? A lot of things that you need to be considered, which you need to learn at the end of the day. Also, communication. As you know, you cannot do without communicating. You need to be able to communicate the product vision, and most importantly, you even need to be able to communicate why we are doing this or why we are doing that, why we shouldn't do that. One of my product managers' friends would always ask me this question: Where is the data? Why are you doing this? What is the customer saying? What is the data saying? What is the data saying? So you won't go into a room full of investors and the CEO is saying, yes, we need to build this product. And you as a product manager, you are saying that your instinct is telling you not to do it. No, that doesn't work. It doesn't work for you as a product manager. You need actual data. And that's why I said earlier that research and documentation is actually key to you performing outrightly well. You need data, insight. Your your investors are saying, this feature is consuming a lot of money from the company, and we need to shut it down. But from the data you are seeing as a product manager, that this particular feature they are about to shut down, even if it's taking a lot of money, is actually the core, is the feature that every single user uses in the organization. And then if they shut it down, there will be a problem. At that particular point, the only way you could convince the investor is to show them data. And not just show them data, to tell them how this data actually relates to the future. And probably looking at the data, you might actually be able to find possible solutions to the problem they are seeing without having to break a leg. So, ideally, communication is key in product management. So yes, let me stop this video at this point. In the subsequent video, we'll be talking about products management and stakeholders. Who are the people you'll be working with? Who are the people you'll be working with, and what would the work be like with each one of them? I really hope that you'll join me in my next video, and please drop comments on what could be done better, what you need clarity on, and how can I help you succeed as a products manager. Thank you.